Mumbai police, they themselves had no idea that this is a terror attack. Mumbai police was just not equipped at that time. It was not trained to handle a terror attack of this scale. Till date, the local angle has not been explored and exposed. One chap who's a notorious dog smuggler in Mumbai, he was the key person who provided logistical support for these people, for the terrorists. Every boat which leaves the harbour should have a GPS connection and they must be tracked in real time. Even today, the docks are very vulnerable.
On the 17th anniversary of the 26/11 attacks in Mumbai, we have our Free Press Journal executive editor S. Balakrishnan with us. He will tell us about his experience and how he covered this attacks during that time. Hello, sir.
Hi.
So, sir, we just want to know what was your experience covering this event and how was it, how big was it at that time?
Pooja, that night I had finished my work for the day and I got into the car and started moving. And I saw some other photographers rushing out of the building. I asked them what happened. They said, Kolaba mein shootout hua. At that time, the impression was that it was a gangland firing, mutual firing between two gangs in somewhere near Cafe Leopold. So I thought it was one of the things, and then I alerted my night reporter, and then I went towards home. But subsequently, it dawned that it was not an ordinary, it was a gangland warfare. It was a full-fledged terror attack. In fact, I must tell you, Mumbai police itself initially did not have, when they got the call from the control room, they themselves had no idea that this is a terror attack. But it was only subsequently when they realized, when their teams rushed to Cafe Leopold, and by then they had gone to other areas also, Ajmal Kasab and company, then it occurred that this is a massive terror attack. And the Mumbai police was just not equipped at that time. It was not trained to handle a terror attack of this scale. But the fact remains that many officers and men of Mumbai police rose to the occasion and they did a very commendable job. In fact, some of them like Ashok Kamte, I had met them only a few days before the attack. Hemant Karkare, another good friend of mine, I also met him in his office at Baikala, 8 years office a few days before that. And Vijay Salaskar was like my brother, very, very dear friend. I couldn't believe that these are the people who were shot dead by the Pakistani ISI inspired terrorists. But Pooja, one thing I must tell you, even though 17 years have passed, more than 175 people were killed and more than 300 people were injured, many of them very seriously. Till date, the local angle has not been explored and exposed by the CBI or whichever national investigating agency or whatever it is. Because an attack of this scale just could not have happened without local support. Just see where we are standing. This is the Arabian Sea. From here, Kasab and company came into a boat. They came like this. They went straight towards the Jhopadapatti here, the slums over here, of Machimar Nagar, and beyond that is Badwar Park. They came down and from here they crossed to the road and then they got into a cab and then went to Cafe Leopold, then to Taj, Shabad House, everywhere, and then to CST and then Kama Hospital. The whole thing was planned in a very, very systematic manner. The targets were very clear in their head. No, for example, you just see in the Shabad House, nobody in Mumbai knew that there is such a shrine of the Jewish kind of thing. Only a few people among Jewish community know. But the fact that they had advanced information about this kind of thing, the planning was systematic. And who guided them? Who guided them to come from the big boat from Pakistan and then get into the smaller boat and come over here? And how come Indian Coast Guard people did not detect these people? That is another very big mystery. And the investigation, they have done a fairly good job. But I must say that it was not the full scope of the inquiry. All the ramifications of this conspiracy has not been unraveled. My information is that one chap who's a notorious dog smuggler in Mumbai, he was the key person who provided logistical support for these people, for the terrorists. But he's no more now. But he was never arrested, questioned, or nothing has happened. And even today, Mumbai remains as vulnerable as before.
Do you think that even today, if we have such a big attack, if we do, are we equipped with that kind of security for the city?
Pooja, I have the highest respect for the Mumbai police. But the police also works under certain dispensation. The kind of vigilance which you would have expected after such a massive attack, it is not there. Coastal patrol, coastal police, still the kind of, the alertness that is needed that I don't see over here. The Coast Guard people, they claim that they are much more alert than what they were before, kind of thing. But even today, the docks are very vulnerable. If you want to send out, smuggle out any material out of the docks, you can do that, whether JNPT or Mumbai Port Trust, or if you want to import, rather smuggle in something, even that is possible. There are agents who are there, and some of these smugglers, they have got political backing, political connections. So that kind of a situation is prevailing. I think we should, the authorities, to completely relook at the entire security, the coastal security thing, and put in place a series of systems. For example, all the boats which you see over here, they're all supposed to have GPS connection, but not all of them have it. They should ensure that every boat which leaves the harbor should have a GPS connection, and they must be tracked in real time, how far they are going. So this kind of low-level intelligence, the micro-level intelligence, that is a need of the hour.
Thank you so much, sir, for being with us.